All right, we've come to a very special point in tonight's show, especially for those of us who have been playing games for decades. Over the years, there have been many games, characters, and franchises we've all wished would return, and certainly many I'd hoped that would be ready to announce at an event like this one day.
Another year, still no Half-Life 3. Let's talk about Gordon Freeman and Doug Rattmann. I got curious as to who's the better survivor between the two, who went through worse conditions, and who handled them better. While the traits of a survivor vary, here's the criteria I chose to judge them both on: Foresight, Adaptability, Handling Stress, Resourcefulness, and Persistence. For this, I will purely be looking through how they handled the disasters they survived, so the events of Half-Life 2 won't be included. And lastly, things that were survived due to gear like the HEV suit won't be included, since Gordon would obviously win by default. With that out of the way, let's get to it. Doug's most famous trait outside of being an artist and generator of memes is his schizophrenia, which kept him alert of both threats that weren't there, and more importantly, threats that could happen. Because of this, he was seemingly the only scientist to question if GLaDOS was safe to turn back on, and knew Chell would be able to defeat her. Call it blind luck or intuition, it was Doug's greatest asset to surviving the incident, and any traps GLaDOS threw at him. Gordon, however, was either dismissive of red flags or didn't pick up on them at all.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional.
All fair points, but come on, this doesn't look suspicious at all. Or this. Or this. I mean, I guess alien invasion isn't a practical thing to assume here, but he should have at least seen this one coming. Just to clarify, I'm not calling Gordon an idiot or anything, just that he should have put 2 and 2 together. Point goes to Doug. Doug was pretty decent at adapting to a life of hiding and living off of beans. Thanks to his knowledge of the Aperture Science facility, he was able to know where things were. Locations, supplies, blind spots, and considering what GLaDOS has at her disposal, this isn't a small feat. Turrets, lasers, surprise faith plates, spike plates, rocket turrets, tractor beams, emancipation grills, sludge, bottomless pits. GLaDOS controlled the whole facility and could think at 1/16th a picosecond, making Aperture Science arguably the most dangerous place in the Half-Life Portal universe. Just to really put this into perspective, not even the Combine's Earth branch could break into Aperture if they wanted to. Hold on, I hear you say. Half the stuff you mentioned wasn't even in Portal 1 when Doug was active. This is simply a matter of Valve retconning the design and tools of Aperture Science. And even then, we clearly see in Portal 2, Doug has been in these newer parts, so it certainly counts. For a regular scientist, Gordon is insanely talented at solving things on the fly. He traversed cliff sides and giant pits, slipped through rooms filled with explosives, he survived this thing, kept up with the military and alien armies, drove through haunted labyrinth tunnelways, fought with portals, survived in alien dimensions. He instantly knows how to pick up any weapons he finds, from military-grade weaponry to alien weaponry. It's no wonder G-Man's employers wanted to hire him. He isn't just good at avoiding danger, he's good at fighting back. However, do keep in mind, Gordon made it through Black Mesa in at most 3 days. Doug had been living in Aperture for months, more likely years, with much less at his disposal. Because of this, I'm giving the point to Doug.
Hello.
When it comes to handling stress, Doug might score lowest here. Looking at any one of his dens, it's clear this man is disturbed. Sure, when he's on his meds, he has a clearer mind and handles stressful situations better, but I don't think even that version would explode someone's casserole like this without having an anxiety attack. Gordon, on the other hand, seems to handle everyone he's worked with being dead or zombies in agonizing pain pretty well. Point goes to Gordon.
Stop!
Doug is a pretty famous example of a resourceful character. He makes dens in blind spots and stays there for days on end, using computers to heat up his canned beans, painting things and listening to music to help keep his sanity. His only company being a companion cube he channels his practical thoughts through. That's pretty clever and pretty realistic for a long-term survivor. Gordon, though, I mean, do I even need to go into this? Half-Life 1 is basically Resourcefulness the game. He smashes crates for supplies, improvises methods of getting through things, uses Black Mesa as a tool to kill enemies, takes supplies from dead things. Even when stuck in an alien dimension, he takes advantage of the physics and environment to get through it. Point here goes to Gordon. No contest.
Good, that's still working.
While we don't see Doug do a whole lot, there are things he pushes through constantly. from supporting Chell to GLaDOS trying to gaslight him into questioning if the incident even occurred, it wasn't just some hallucination. Then there's his heroic act where he had finally escaped but went back in to save Chell when he saw her being dragged into Aperture Science. From there he got shot, dragged himself to the controls, and redirected power to preserve Chell. So far we've seen when this man has a task, he'll do his best to complete it. Gordon wasn't as heroic, though you can't say he wasn't persistent. By all means, this man should have escaped. The universe just hates him. But this man fights aliens, the military, goes through tunnels, goes through portals. Gordon's only had one nap that whole time, but never showed any signs of slowing down. He's so persistent, it's even rubbed off on the players. Really, I don't know who this point goes to. Doug is persistent in a heroic and practical sense. Gordon is persistent in a more relentless sense. I guess I'll give the point to both of them.
It's time to choose.
So who wins this? I'd say Gordon Freeman. While Doug wins in long-term survival and psychological endurance, Gordon excels in making it through catastrophic conditions. He had no long-term support, dealt with changing rules of reality, and had way less downtime. Honestly, he should have taken G-Man's offer. A battle he has no chance of winning just sounds like a warm-up. Yeah, there you go.
Keep